You're listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode 168. Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets. All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. I have a really special guest that I am really delighted to showcase for you all today. Her name is Heidi Plowe, and she is one of our graduates through Thriving Coach Academy, and she is a full-time sleep science coach. And in today's episode, I wanted to interview Heidi so that way you can hear about some of her expertise in this area and also see just what it is like to be a coach. And you'll be able to learn some of Heidi's insights if you have some challenges with your own sleeping schedule or sleeping behaviors. Heidi's going to shed some of her knowledge and expertise because this is what she specializes in her business. So Heidi, welcome. Thanks for being on the show.
Good to be here, Frank. Thank you so much for having me. This is a real honor.
Of course, yeah. So Heidi graduated from TCA. We were just talking about it a little over a year ago. She's been, again, running a full-time coaching business. So explain to us all a little bit more. What is a sleep science coach and what got you into this niche?
Yeah, so as a sleep science coach, I help people who have tried everything, from A to Z to get better Zs so they can live happier, healthier, and more productive lives. So many people out there either have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep or prioritizing sleep. And that's where I come in to help people on their journey to live happier, fuller lives through getting better sleep.
Excellent.
And I decided to become a sleep science coach after getting certified through TCA. I got an additional certification as a sleep science coach as well. So I've got the life coaching background and the sleep coaching background. And I did this because I wholeheartedly believe in the life-changing power of getting good sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I was inspired to pursue this because of my own personal journey. Getting, in sleep. So not too long ago, I struggled getting quality sleep. When I was younger, like many of us, I didn't prioritize rest. Everything was more important, social life, going out, watching, shows on TV, reading, you name it. I just stayed up late and it finally caught up with me. I just really felt tired and worn down. I was really dragging at work. My relationships were, kind of not as good as they could have been because I just felt tired and moody. But when I even though I felt tired and worn down, when I finally tried, I really couldn't sleep very well. I had lost the ability to regularly get good sleep. And so I would dread going to bed and toss and turn. And when I would lay there worrying about every little thing, my mind kind of racing. And the biggest thing I would worry about is, oh no, am I going to feel terrible tomorrow? I'm not going to be able to get this done, or I'm not going to feel good to be, show up to whatever I had to do. And when I did fall asleep, I often woke up to stare at the ceiling, with a racing mind. So finally I woke up, literally, and I took it upon myself to, figure this out. Yeah. I did a lot of research and I made some changes in my life as well as with my overall relationship with sleep, which was so important. And now that I've implemented this, I am a total morning person. I go to bed early. I sleep great, except for the occasional night, which we all have. And I just have more energy and I'm just so much happier and healthier. So now, having gone through that and had that transformation, it brings me great joy to be able to share my passion for good sleep to help others on their journey.
I love it. What a story. That's incredible. I think that a lot of us listening, myself included, can definitely relate to what you're saying. And I mean, I've had challenges in my life still to this day with getting a good night's sleep. So I might be reaching out to you, but I'm sure there's
I'm here. Give
also
me a call.
I will. It's such a good area to focus on. And um, yeah, I see so many people benefiting from this and how incredible to focus and specialize in this area of health that impacts all the other parts of our life. I mean, our relationships, our career, it's all influenced by our sleep. And so what if you could tell us a little bit more about what are some of the signs that maybe someone might be having difficulty with sleep? Like, what are the signs that generally are an indication that, maybe I should look at hiring a sleep coach?
Absolutely. Well, one would be the obvious, someone has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, or they wake up frequently in the night, unable to go back to sleep. While waking up one or two times a night for most people is completely normal. Waking up more frequently or just waking up and feeling, a sense of dread and not being able to go back to sleep is, definitely a sign that you could use
Mm,
some support with sleep coaching.
yeah.
Um, I would say overall, if you sleep, but you don't feel rested, so you wake up still feeling tired and drained, and you just feel like you don't have the energy to get everything done in your day.
Mm,
It could be, even if you're sleeping enough hours, it's important to look at sleep quality as well. Well, number of hours you sleep is important, but the quality of that sleep is just as, if not more important.
very true.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
would say someone that's, stressed, maybe on the edge of burnout would
Mm,
be another one. Um, burnout can often happen because you are in a stressful job or an over stressful situation, which
right.
makes you not sleep well, and they feed each other. But if you,
Mm,
fix the sleep part of that, it can help somebody get perspective on
yeah.
their whole situation and be able to handle the stress and deal with, the things that in their life that may be causing burnout. And then lastly, I would say, um, that they don't prioritize rest and self-care. So
Mm,
there's a lot of people, this was me years ago, that I didn't feel like sleep was that important. I'd rather sleep when I'm dead and there's so many fun things to do and I'm busy and I'm living this full life. So sleep for many people falls by the wayside. Maybe they're busy with their families or with their jobs or with their social life or all of the above. And sleep can often take a back seat. And so that is definitely someone that could benefit from the support of a sleep coach.
yes. And I think you're already hitting on all these different rules that are so embedded in our society around productivity and,
Mm.
putting sleep on the back burner, like you said. I'm curious, what are some of the other myths or assumptions that people might have around sleep that could be holding them back? And if you could share with us, what have you found to be true?
Yeah, yeah. So one myth that I hear a lot, and just not necessarily talking to clients, but just when I talk about what I do with people and I'm getting to know people, is that, oh, I can get back by on less sleep. I have way too much to do to sleep 8 hours. I get more, I'm busy and sleep is just not that important. I feel fine. So the myth is I can get by on less sleep.
Mm.
But
Mhm.
I would say that's a really big misconception that we can function, what quote, just fine on
Yeah.
less than 7 hours a day of sleep due to a busy schedule or overworking or just not prioritizing. Because the truth is, consistently getting short sleep impacts our short term, alertness, cognitive abilities, um, ability to have the energy to get things done and just your overall well-being, but it also affects, long-term mental and physical health.
Yeah.
And, there's plenty of research that shows that inadequate sleep reduces productivity.
Mm,
There's a higher risk of accidents on the job and auto accidents, or just, silly, clumsy accidents in everyday life. And it affects your memory. And
mm,
so all of these things actually, could be looked at as giving us less time in our day because
yeah.
it'll take longer to complete things since we're not functioning at our top level.
Mm. That's super powerful. So like this idea that, oh, whatever, if I get less sleep, I'll be able to have more awake time to get more done. What I'm hearing is that you've actually found the opposite to be true. Like you still need to get a sufficient amount of sleep, and by doing that, you will actually be more productive and get more done. Is that right?
100%.
Yeah,
Yep.
powerful. Okay. And what else? Like what was another common myth that you've found in your work that people often assume to be true about sleep? And tell us what the truth is.
Yeah. So one thing that comes up a lot when I, talk to potential clients in a consult is, but I purchased a new mattress. I spent all this money on this new mattress or this, whatever sleeping gadget it could be. And I really thought it would help.
Mm,
And, the truth to that is achieving consistently good sleep it goes far beyond investing in, a new mattress or, an item that's supposed to help you sleep.
mm,
Sleeping well is a holistic approach,
yes.
and it involves aligning your body and mind with your circadian rhythm and your own sleep needs to, get the best quality sleep that you can.
Mm,
So just the misconception, just that upgrading to a new mattress alone that can, resolve your sleep issues overlooks the really complex nature of sleep and that it involves optimizing your body and your mind and your environment and takes more of a comprehensive strategy.
hmm. If only, right? We could just get a new mattress
Yeah,
and that solve everything. You're
it'd
still
be
laying
too
on that.
easy.
It would be amazing, but as you're pointing out, you're still laying on that fancy mattress with your thoughts and your
Yes,
unexamined mind, and that's what I'm hearing is what keeps you up and keeps you from getting the sleep you need. So,
absolutely. There's that. And, people just going to bed with their bodies not ready.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a bit about maybe some of your own philosophies around sleep, and perhaps this is part of what translates into the way you coach your clients, just your overall stance that you have around getting a good night's sleep.
Yeah. So the first one I'd like to touch on, I would say that self-care isn't selfish.
Hmm.
So, in today's society, many people, and especially people, with busy families, busy moms, entrepreneurs, and just people, high achievers that have a lot on their plate, they often believe that prioritizing their own needs is either selfish or just not important.
Mhm.
And I totally challenge this notion and emphasize that prioritizing your own well being, especially sleep and rest, allows you to be at your very best for not only yourself, but for others.
Yeah.
Taking care of yourself in the form of getting good sleep ensures that you can take care of the others in your life and take care of the business in your life, whatever that means for you.
Beautiful. So self-care is not selfish. I think it's something
Correct.
that we all need to embrace and take in. Good, good. Okay, what else? What are your overall philosophies that you have around sleep?
Yeah. So the next one I like to say you must let go to get sleep.
Hmm.
And what that means is, people with challenges falling asleep often think they need to try harder. It's something that you could achieve by, oh, I'm just going to try harder and squeeze my eyes shut and, force the thoughts away. And um, that can often lead to aggravation. And the harder you try in this situation, the further away sleep becomes.
Hmm.
And this intense effort can further increase your arousal levels and make it even harder to sleep. So, when you're trying and then you're not falling asleep and then you're frustrated and, you're tossing back and forth and, you went from maybe a little frustrated and now you're getting heightened. And so the cycle of trying to sleep and feeling frustration can definitely um, perpetrate insomnia,
Yeah.
and just disrupts the body's overall ability to let go and unwind.
It's
So
super helpful. I mean, I've definitely thought that I need to focus on sleep. And now, as you're saying this, I'm realizing that it really does make sense that you really just need to let go. But the thing is, for a lot of us, it's hard to just let go. So this is where a coach like you can really help of being able to learn how do you just let go and stop trying to force yourself to sleep. So good.
absolutely. Yeah. And that's why, I like to say sleep is a mindset. Everything in life is a mindset, but sleep truly is a mindset. You have to be in the sleep mindset, because it's a passive experience and you can't force it. You have
Yeah.
to welcome it rather than force it.
Yep. It's making sense. Um,
Yep.
I mean, I like to have control in areas of my life, and I'm just thinking,
Mm.
oh, sleep is one of those things where, you can't really control it. You have to let it do its thing. And I'm realizing, okay, this is an area where, especially if you have, parts of your life that you need to command and lead in, your sleep
Yes.
is one of those areas you really need to learn how to let go.
Yeah, and I love that you said that because, like I mentioned, a lot of people I work with just are really busy and
Yes.
they are high achievers. And, as I
Mm,
mentioned, the people with, families and jobs and entrepreneurs and people with a lot going on, they
yep.
are in constant, control of things, which is great. And they're like kicking butt in life, but
Mm.
you can't control your sleep.
Yes, so good. All right, give us one more, perhaps, overall stance you have about sleep and how to resolve sleep issues that someone might be having.
Um, so can you, sorry, you have to repeat the question.
Oh, can you give us one more overall philosophy or stance you have around sleep? Maybe the approach that you take with your clients. Like, I'm kind of wondering, is it like a one size fits all approach, or like,
Right.
what are your beliefs around that?
Yes, exactly. So acknowledging that, there's individual differences in sleep
Mm,
based on the individual is so important. So it is not a one size fits all approach. Everyone's needs are very, very different
mm,
and can be based on things like their already formed habits and lifestyle, their stress levels, their age, their activity levels, and how long they've had their sleep challenges. And so this is so, so important to me when I work with clients. I really get to know them, and their sleep challenges very, very well.
mhm,
And that enables me to create very customized strategies
mm.
that, help with their very specific needs, challenges, and circumstances.
Got it. Okay. So just to recap, we've got self-care is not selfish. You must let go to get good sleep, and that it's not a one size fits all. It's a very individualized based off of each person's unique circumstances and challenges. I love
Mhm.
it. Very good. So tell us, I know that you've been doing this full time and you've been working with several clients. Can you share with us maybe some kind of situation or experience that you've had working with clients so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to share a general one first.
Yeah.
A very big theme, it seems like, that people are really shedding light on through our coaching, that's really coming to light for them is the role that their phone and
Mhm.
technology plays in their life and how that could be just impacting their not only their sleep but their overall ability to be present.
Yeah.
And so it's a really interesting theme that I didn't realize that I would be going as deep into, and I'm here for it. I think it's such an important topic for all of us to really just examine in our own lives. And what role does, being on our phones and being on our computers, especially late at night and especially right before bed,
Mm.
how does that affect how you sleep and how you show up in the world overall? And so that's been a really rewarding thing that I'm really investigating how I can go deeper into that,
Mm.
and coming up with some course ideas. So stay tuned.
Nice.
Um, yeah. And then I just finished with a client, Sophia, and the coolest thing about working with them is that not only did their sleep improve, they got, she wore a sleep tracker, and their REM sleep like really increased, and their sleep consistency became really on point.
Nice.
Their number of hours increased. So a lot of really great outcomes in terms of their sleep.
Mm.
But at the very end of the process, I checked in and said, what has been the most powerful part of, transforming your sleep?
Hmm.
And they said, hands down, my relationship with my kid.
Mm.
I am more present. I have more energy to play with them. I just feel like I'm more fun and more, just level-headed as a parent. And that is the most valuable thing that I could possibly get.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
Oh, nice. I love it. So tell us about your overall framework or process that you take your clients through. So someone wants to work with you. What are the steps that you're going to guide them through in your coaching process?
Yes. So I have a signature technique called the sleep integration technique.
Awesome.
And so this is how I help clients address their mind, body, and sleep space for sleep improvement.
Mm.
All of this goes into a very individualized sleep plan
Okay.
that I co-create with each client. So it is not something, I make certain recommendations based on sleep science and the information that I've gathered
Mhm.
from their unique situation. And then from there, we co-create a sleep plan that addresses the three things. So first thing is mindset mastery. So I help clients uncover and reframe the limiting beliefs and thought patterns about sleep that might and help them create a mindset that's conducive to getting better sleep. So get into that mindset mastery of the sleep mindset is the first one.
Perfect.
The second one is body balance. So I help my clients incorporate the science-backed methods and just overall easy lifestyle tweaks to sync their body's internal clock and to help them sleep better. So, some of the things that we explore include the impact of nutrition, exercise, and exposure to light on
Mm.
their sleep patterns and their ability to get better sleep.
Mm.
And then the third is what I like to call their sleep sanctuary.
Love it.
I help the clients implement a comprehensive 10-point checklist that I give to them that helps them optimize their sleep environment. This is often, the least important part of the puzzle,
Mm.
but it's still important to have that foundation of a healthy sleep bedroom and a healthy sleep sanctuary is so important if you have the other pieces, you know, at play. This provides the foundation, and we look at things like lighting, noise levels, bedding comfort, temperature to make sure that it's an ideal sleep sanctuary for deep sleep.
Fantastic. So I love that. The first part was that the mind, would you say mindset mastery? And
Yes.
then we had body balance and sleep sanctuary. I love the alliteration with all that. That's awesome. It sounds very
Thanks.
holistic too, just so comprehensive. And if someone's curious about, like, everyone has their own unique coaching style, as you know, how would you describe your coaching style that you take with your clients?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I would say, overall, I'm trying to be cheerful and upbeat and somebody that's fun to talk to, that you're looking forward to talking to me. But on the other hand, I'm not afraid to be firm and to, push my clients to be honest with themselves. More than being honest with me, it's so important to be honest with yourself
Hmm.
about the things that are needed to, break through different barriers and to change different parts of their lifestyle and to create habits that support sleep. So I like to just hold space for my clients without judgment, of course. I want it to feel very, very safe, very understanding. And I aim to provide a balance of, I like to provide a lot of helpful information, a
Yeah.
lot of sleep science, a lot of the latest research, a lot of the things that I've gathered over time to help inform their sleep plan. But I want to make it client driven.
Mm.
So ultimately, the sleep plan, while I help them and I guide them in creating the plan, it's, they're ultimately in charge of what goes in their sleep plan because that's so important for them to, be in charge of the process and to own it and for it not to be given to them, but they create it themselves.
Beautiful. I so appreciate what you're doing, Heidi. I mean, it sounds like there's so much thought that's been put into this program you've created, but also it's already proven to work because you've worked with
Yeah.
clients and seen them get good results. And it just makes me think about how in, a lot of society, when people have a sleep issue, they think, oh, maybe if I just pop this pill, it's going to
Mm,
solve everything. And I've been there, and I know a lot of other people that have been there. And, that maybe works for some, but for so many people and so many stories I've heard, it could make things worse, or it just doesn't get to the root cause of, well, what's causing these sleep issues to begin with, and what happens if you stop taking a certain pill. So I appreciate how, you're creating such a holistic way to solve this for your clients that it seems like really gets at the root of what's going on here. So
Thank you. And yeah, that could be a whole other podcast, what you just touched on. Absolutely.
yeah.
But I couldn't agree more. It's sometimes sleep meds can be a very good short-term situation for very particular situations, but I really don't honestly believe it's a
Mm.
viable long-term solution
Right.
to sleep health. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, you put out a lot of amazing information out there. And if people are interested in getting connected with you, where can they find you?
Yes. Well, I'm on the social medias. So you can find me on Instagram. My handle is at Sweet Dreams Coaching.
Got it.
That's Sweet Dreams Coaching. And I am on also TikTok a little less and on Facebook at Sweet Dreams Coaching and on LinkedIn. So you can find me at all of those places, wherever your favorite social media hangout is. And I also have a website. So that is www.sweetdreamscoaching.com. And I also want to alert you to be on the lookout. I have a masterclass coming out very soon
Ooh.
that is called Sleep Better Now. And it will be introducing some of my integrative sleep technique and provide some real good takeaways from that masterclass. So that'll be announced on the social medias, and I'll definitely make sure people know.
Oh my gosh. Well, you heard it, everybody. Make sure you go look up Heidi, sweetdreamscoaching.com. We'll put the link in the show notes of this episode and all the social media links as well. Definitely sounds like a masterclass that you don't want to miss, so that way you get better sleep. And just as we start to wrap up here, do you offer one-on-one coaching, group coaching, or both right now?
I mostly work one-on-one right now. I've done
Got
some
it.
group coaching,
Okay.
but I'm really just most excited in the moment about one-to-one coaching
Mhm.
because I can really get a very personalized experience for my clients. It allows me to really dig in deep to what their particular situation is and what their challenges are so that we can work through them and get really specific.
Okay.
I'll have some group coaching coming out in the future that would be for more specialized topics.
Nice.
Um, yeah, but for now it's mainly one-to-one, and I just love working very closely with individuals.
Beautiful. I love it. And when people, if they're interested in working with you, I believe before we had this interview, you mentioned that there's a sleep audit that people are able to get completely for free, right? Can you tell us a little
Yes.
bit about this process you have with your potential clients?
Yes. So I offer a completely free 45-minute sleep audit and consultation.
Hmm.
So in that conversation, it's a conversation for me to find out a little bit more about what your sleep challenges are. So I ask you some questions, you share some of your experience and some of your story regarding, your sleep story. And at the end of that call, I give you a couple of actionable items
Hmm.
that you can take home that very night and start to implement into your life to help get better sleep. So for a completely free call, we can connect, have a conversation, and you will get some personalized um, sleep tips and hacks to be able to take that are specifically for you.
So good. Amazing. So at the very least, everybody, look up Heidi, Sweet Dreams Coaching, book your sleep audit session with her as soon as possible, and also get into her mailing list, follow her everywhere so you could see when she's doing her upcoming free trainings as well. Definitely sounds like ones that you do not want to miss. Well, Heidi, I had the privilege of being a part of your coach training journey and the privilege of
Yes.
seeing you become an awesome coach. I've heard you coach, I've witnessed it, and I'm really, really excited for this direction you've decided to take your business. Really proud of you for the success you've had. And I want to thank you for giving other people inspiration because they like hearing about, coaches that are doing their thing, but also just helping people that might want to get better sleep, get the sleep of their dreams. So thank you so much for being a guest on the show.
Yeah, it's really been great. It's so good talking to you and seeing you. And thank you so much for having me on. All right. And sweet dreams, everyone.
Sweet dreams. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coach's secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.